In part 2 of this series, I touched on the concept of self-denial, based on what Jesus said in Luke 17:31 through 33. Now let me share the following from the Concordant Literal New Testament. In that day, he who shall be on the housetop and his gear in his house, let him not be descending to pick it up, and let the one in the field likewise not turn back to that behind him. Remember Lot's wife. Whosoever should be seeking to procure his soul will be destroying it, yet whoever should be destroying it will cause it to live. I am saying to you, in this night there will be two on one couch, the one shall be taken along, and the other shall be left. There will be two grinding at the same place, the one shall be taken along, yet the other shall be left. And answering, they are saying to him, Where, Lord? Yet he said to them, Wherever the body is, there the vultures also will be assembled. The most important thing Jesus said in these passages is verse 33. As we learned in part 2, this statement coincides with what Jesus told his disciples in the following. Again, from the Concordant Literal New Testament. Then Jesus said to his disciples, If anyone is wanting to come after me, let him renounce himself and pick up his cross and follow me. For whosoever may be wanting to save his soul shall be destroying it. Yet whoever should be destroying his soul on my account shall be finding it. For what will a man be benefited if he should ever be gaining the whole world, yet be forfeiting his soul? Or what will a man be giving in exchange for his soul? For the Son of Mankind is about to be coming in the glory of his Father with his messengers, and then he will be paying each in accord with his practice. As you see, the Concordant Literal Translation gives us a little bit different spin on these passages. However, it's easy enough to see that Luke 17:33 matches Matthew 16:25. And the fact that Jesus speaks of renouncing ourselves and picking up our cross to follow him clearly suggests self-denial, which is synonymous with the message of the cross. Now, note that Luke 17:31 states, in that day, yet when we arrive at 17:34, Jesus says, in this night, and it is evident that this night corresponds to one shall be taken along and the other shall be left. Why the switch from day to night? The following shows us. For you yourselves know perfectly that the day of the Lord so comes as a thief in the night. For when they say, peace and safety, then sudden destruction comes upon them, as labor pains upon a pregnant woman, and they shall not escape. But you, brethren, are not in darkness, so that this day should overtake you as a thief. You are all sons of light and sons of the day. We are not of the night nor of darkness. Therefore, let us not sleep, as others do, but let us watch and be sober. For those who sleep, sleep at night, and those who get drunk are drunk at night. But let us who are of the day be sober, putting on the breastplate of faith and love, and as a helmet, the hope of salvation. For God did not appoint us to wrath, but to obtain salvation through our Lord Jesus Christ, who died for us, that whether we wake or sleep, we should live together with him. Day and night coexist, do they not? This being true, Paul uses this understanding in the preceding passages, comparing those who sleep and get drunk at night with those who are awake and sons of light and sons of the day. Simply put, those who seek to procure or preserve their souls or lives are those who sleep and get drunk, while those who are destroying their souls or lives are those who are of the day. Again, it's a matter of self-denial. Are you still with me? Now, let me give you another important point. In Luke 17:26 and 28, Jesus likens the days, plural, of the Son of Man with the days, plural, of Noah, and the days, plural, of Lot. He then speaks of the day, singular, that Noah entered the ark in the day, singular, that Lot went out of Sodom. First days, then day. First days culminating in a day. In agreement, Luke 17:31 reads, "In that day," and connects it with "in this night" in verse 34. What does all of this mean? Days refers to what takes place before the flood and the fire and brimstone, while day refers to the flood and the fire and brimstone. Jesus then likens the flood and the fire and brimstone to one shall be taken along and the other shall be left. And the question they ask, "Where, Lord? Where are they taken?" Jesus says wherever the body is, there the vultures also will be assembled. Unusual statement, wouldn't you say? It corresponds to the following. Wherever the corpse is, there the vultures will gather. Corpse, vultures. What is meant by this? It brings us to the following. Put on your thinking cap. When they finish their testimony, the beast that ascends out of the bottomless pit will make war against them, overcome them, and kill them. And their dead bodies will lie in the street of the great city, which spiritually is called Sodom and Egypt, where also our Lord was crucified. Then those from the peoples, tribes, tongues, and nations will see their dead bodies 3.5 days, and not allow their dead bodies to be put into graves. And those who dwell on the earth will rejoice over them, make merry, and send gifts to one another, because these two prophets tormented those who dwell on the earth. As you see, I've inserted a lot of things here for those of you who like a challenge. I know, I opened a can of worms, didn't I? I need to do a study on the two witnesses. Note the reference to Sodom in Revelation 11. Note that I inserted corpses where it reads dead bodies. Also note that I inserted form of godliness. This comes back to our passages from 2 Timothy chapter 3. But know this, that in the last days perilous times will come, for men will be lovers of themselves, having a form of godliness, but denying its power. And from such people turn away. James wrote that the body without the spirit is dead. The same is true for any religious collective that does not have the spirit of truth. Where are those taken by the flood and the fire and brimstone? To a dead body, a corpse, a form of godliness, to a religion that does not embrace and teach self-denial. Let me emphasize, Jesus taught self-denial and was very clear about it. If we seek to save our life, we will lose it. Remember Lot's wife. Do not look back. We must let go of the pride and arrogance that defines the former self. What happened when Lot's wife looked back? She became a pillar of salt. You are the salt of the earth. But if salt has lost its taste, how shall its saltiness be restored? It is no longer good for anything except to be thrown out and trampled under people's feet.